officialwatches.co.uk. Proud sponsors of Cage Fighter.
Cage Fighter, the warrior, you know you're unbelievable. Cage Fighter, the warrior, you're unbelievable. Cage Fighter, the warrior, you know you're unbelievable.
Welcome to this Cage Fighter special, and you know what, fight fans, you are in for a treat. But before we get started, I'm sharing with Grant Walkman, who's refed over 5,000 fights and been around the world. Grant, how you doing?
Well, yeah, I stopped counting at 5,000, Dave. I didn't think there was much point after that, but I've refereed boxing, kickboxing, K1, UK1, Sambo wrestling, and of course, plenty of mixed martial arts.
You've done it all.
But one thing I know, everybody loves a knockout.
Well, today they're in for a treat. We've got 6 of the best knockouts of 2012. But you know what? It's not just fight fans. You're talking about people like Dizzy Rascal, JLS, Katie Price, Alex Reed. They all love the fight shows.
Do you know what? Fight shows don't discriminate. We've got people from all different cultures and backgrounds. We've got superstars from films, rock stars. We've got poor people, rich people, everybody.
Multi-billionaires, they're all there.
The growth of the sport, the popularity of mixed martial arts across the world has just exploded in the last 15 years.
Do you know what?
It's
I couldn't have
fantastic.
explained it better myself. So, let's get on with the knockouts. At number 6, this is Louis K.O. King versus A.J. Woodall.
My name's AJ Woodall, I'm from Slough, fighting out of SWS Fight Club.
My name's Louis K.O. King, I'm from Hazelmere and I'm fighting out at Coliseum Team King.
I had 3 weeks to prepare for this fight, feel really fit, training every day, 6 days a week.
I've been doing copious amounts of strength training, caveman training, hill sprints, sparring, you name it, I've been doing it and I'm more than ready for this fight than ever.
Ready for this fight tonight, come here for a good tear up, give the crowd what they want. Let's have it.
AJ, I want to say thank you for taking the fight because no one else wants to fight me, so thank you for stepping in for me. But nothing's going to change. I'm going there. I'm going to knock you out.
For the title, are you ready? You ready? Let's fight!
King instantly.
Oh, that is it. That is it. He is out cold.
King.
He is out cold.
Wow! Knockout! He's only got to touch someone with a glove and they go out. Wow!
What does he have in those hands?
Somebody check that glove for a full shoot. Wow!
We questioned what difference it was going to make. We thought he might lose a bit of pound moving up, going up to light heavyweight, fighting the bigger guys. And as we see the replay, wow, just way too much. Comes in,
Left
throws a right hand over the top, doesn't quite catch.
There it is. The left hook wobble.
There, and it's the right on the way down.
Right on the way down. Wow! Unreal. There's the uppercut, left hook, right hand, and then bang on the way down.
Beautiful, clinical striking. A man not getting paid by the hour.
It'd be interesting to see what the time was on that.
Boom, there you go, Louis K.O. King. I mean, what a great nickname. It just sums him up, doesn't it?
And I give him that nickname because every fight he goes in to knock people out, he don't muck around with decisions, puts judges out of business. He is going for the KO with under 30 seconds. That's what he says. I want it under 30 seconds.
Well, he comes out, every time he fights, it's 110 miles an hour from the opening bell. But the fascinating thing, I've spoken to him about his training, and he doesn't train like that. He trains super fit for cardio. He's very intense on the pads, very intense on a bag, but when he spars it's very light sparring.
He's got he'll have no training partners left.
There you go, yeah.
But let me tell you, guys, if you think that fight was fast,
I do.
Buckle up, hold on to your seats, because this one is even quicker. This is from the bell, Corey Tate versus Spencer Hewitt.
Hi, I'm Spencer Hewitt, I'm from Essex, fighting out of MMA Terror Squad, and I'm 33 years old.
Corey Tate, fighting for Guinness Combat in Watford.
I'm coming out tonight to cause a shock. Everyone thinks I want to take it to the ground, but you're going to see I ain't scared of standing and banging with Corey Tate.
A lot of guys want to know why I'm always smiling, but it's because I like this shit, man. It's what I train for. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, then get the hell out of here.
Everyone's talking about Corey Tate. Believe me, tonight I'm going to show he's no Anderson Silva, and I'm taking the belt home tonight.
Alright, Spence, they're saying I'm the next Anderson Silva. The rumours are true. Tonight you're going to find out because all you're going home with is experience.
The ground specialist versus the unorthodox Corey Tate. This one is going to have excitement written all over it.
Just like the fans in the house, I'm on the edge of my seat. Well, you would think Hewitt wants it on the ground and Tate wants it standing, but Tate is sort of...
Oh! That's a big shot! That's a big shot from Spencer
shot!
Hewitt! Spencer Hewitt is taking him out!
That is the word, but... Wow! Wow! Hewitt hit him with one shot, it's over. Wow! Replay. Straight right hand.
Beautiful.
Wow! Unbelievable KO. Wow! The man with the submission on every fight cleans out Corey Tate with a beautiful right hand.
Textbook, straight down the middle. Great stoppage from the referee there. Unreal finish.
A lot of people lost money that night because Corey Tate was the favourite to win that fight without a shadow of a doubt.
Well,
but Spencer proved it time and time again.
Corey Tate is a phenom. He's got a great future in mixed martial arts, but anything can happen. When that cage door locks, you just don't know, do you?
It's MMA, the sport of the future.
Of the now.
I love it, the sport of the now. But if you want to see a David and Goliath, not me and him, I'm talking about Paul Taylor versus Scott Sayard.
My name's Scott Sayward. I'm 19 years old. I'm an independent fighter fighting out of Gordon's gym.
My name's Paul Taylor, 31 years old. I train under the Sapphire Gym in Liverpool.
I've been training hard for this fight. I want it bad. I've been training hard. I've been doing a lot of boxing, a lot of kickboxing, a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, training hard for this. I've got new coaches, new sparring partners, new gym. So different regime. I feel a lot better for this fight than I've ever been.
I have no message for you, Paul Taylor. I'm going to let my hands do the cooking in the cage.
Scott, you've had your own way with all your opponents so far. This one isn't going to be so easy for you.
You ready? You ready? Let's fight.
So here we go. Heavyweight action.
A huge big leg kick.
Scott moving quickly with those hands. Taylor catches him as he moves out.
Nice work by Taylor. In and out, in and out.
Beautiful job dipping under. Moves well.
The aggression of Sayward, that was a nice one to the body. He is pouring these shots on. It'd be well served to be careful where he is and try and maintain his Taylor's caught him! Taylor's caught him with a big leg!
He's out! He's out!
Taylor's
He
got
is
it.
out!
Wow! Wow!
Cool, calm, collected Taylor. Wow!
Now that's how you chop down a tree.
That is one left hook.
Beautiful work.
That man must be able to hit hard. He was coming in. As soon as he stepped out, bang! Every time the left hook caught him.
And here we see the replay. As you see, as he's coming in, he covers up and he's waiting for his opportunity. He rolls the aggression of Scott Sayward as he came forward. Taylor was just biding his time though, looking to uncork that big left hand. And there it was, beautiful short left.
On the chin.
Very crisp, and from here, the punches came down, the hammer fists.
And you can see Scott's out. Beautiful win.
Really, there it is, that crisp left hand.
Well, there you go, there was punches going everywhere, Grant. David and Goliath, but Paul Taylor, mate, upper bosh, party was over.
It just shows you've got to be focused. That, I mean, the other guy was what?
6'7".
6'7", 6'8". People watch these fights and they say, oh, he's only arm punching. But when somebody that big jabs you, or what they say, arm punches you, if they've got 20 stone behind it, you're going to feel it. But Paul Taylor's body movement.
Yeah, he fights like a lightweight, got really good body mechanics. Done boxing for many years. That's what people don't realise. He's done boxing first, then he went into MMA. And that's what it's all about, Grant.
But he's deceptive. You can't ever tell. You never judge a book by its cover. You know, he's not
the big boobies.
He's not in the best shape, but he really does bang. I don't think anyone's seen his best game yet, because ground and pound is where he trains and he's most effective.
Let me tell you, Grant, let me just butt in there. Ian Machine Freeman has vouched for that guy. He phoned me up and said, Dave, get him on. He don't look the best in the world, but he'll go for 5 minute rounds, and there's not many heavyweights that can do that.
No.
So I'm excited about Paul Taylor, but That was the first 3. We are coming back after the break. We'll give you the top 3 of 2012.
Officialwatches.co.uk. Proud sponsors of Cage Fighter. Officialwatches.co.uk. Proud sponsors of Cage Fighter.
Always fight. You're like a snake. You're like a cobra, Grant.
Years of training.
5,000 fights he's referee. He's the guru of MMA. Well, Grant, we're into the top 3 now.
We're into the top 3.
And
We've seen 3 of the best.
starts getting exciting, doesn't it?
It's getting really hot now. Number 3, who have we got?
We have got, and this guy is an absolute youngster. We're talking 18 years of age.
Scary.
This guy is Nathan Grayson. Takes on Arnold Allen.
I'm Arnold Allen, fighting out of BKK Fighters in Colchester. I'm from Felixstowe.
Nathan Grayson, fighting out of Lions Pride MMA from South London.
I've been training hard for this fight. I've been training for a fight since December. Guys pulling out on me. I've been training with John Maguire, Jack Mason, Luke Barnett, top guys down at BKK Fighters. I've been training my ass off. It's going to be a great fight.
Arnold, I don't really do this talking thing, but you're going to get knocked out.
My prediction for this fight is a win-win situation. Let's get it on.
Hands on his hands! Hands on him, let's go!
Cornermen shouting for Arnold Allen to throw the hands. The southpaw stance of Allen. There's the right hand. Oh, but the power of Grayson coming through, jumping knee.
Another jumping knee from Grayson.
Oh, big right hand.
Big right. Got Allen back.
Oh!
It's rocking! That is it! That is it!
Unbelievable! Here at Ultimate Challenge. Wow!
Where did that come from?
Tournament told him to throw the hands. They told him to throw the hands. He threw the left hook. Good night, Nathan Grayson.
What a huge shot.
Let's have a look at that on the replay. As you see it, both fighters were throwing those knees. The punches and kicks were coming. Grayson caught a sharp flush. As they're both backing up. There it is.
Beautiful.
Right on the chin. Picture perfect. Grayson goes for the jumping knee.
It's Grayson
backs
that lands
Allen
the
up.
shot.
Yeah, backs Allen up. He's just waiting for the counter.
Beautiful. Left, beautiful. He was out before he hit the floor.
Don't get me wrong, but he's a kid of 18 years of age.
He's 18. You said earlier people would have lost money on that fight. On this fight, everyone lost money. I mean, he turned up and looked like a young little boy.
Walking around the weigh-ins like a little kid, like you think he's holding a bucket or something.
But he's a bit shy, isn't he? You know, a bit. He looks a bit timid, but he's got dynamite in both hands.
Let me tell you, he's not timid with them, mate. He can really go. Well, he's been boxing for a good 6-7 years as well.
Yeah.
So,
and at 18, the sky's the limit, isn't it? You know.
Well, you think the sky's the limit. I've got something at number 2 which will absolutely make you grow hair. Let me tell you, this guy is a triple world champion in kickboxing, taekwondo, and whatever kickboxing style you want to know. This guy is at the top of his game, but now he's brought it into the cage. This is Galore Bufando taking on Wendell Lewis.
Galore Bufando here, 29 years old, or just turned 30 a few days ago, so easy to get it mixed up. Fighting from LDG. Trained so hard for this fight, proud as a lion, and I'm ready to give it all out.
Wendell Lewis, 28 years old, and representing Team Titan, Jim Semtex and Legacy BJJ.
I've managed to take it to another level, trained really hard and really smart, using more scientific equipment
Okay, I've been training really hard for the past 12 weeks now. It's been the hardest camp ever, naturally for my hardest opponent ever. So covering all bases, same as usual. Just stepping up the intensity of the training, and I'm good to go.
I know you're a good fighter, good record, coming from a very, very good gym, and I'm just the same. So tonight, you've made your match. Let's get it on.
I know how tricky and elusive you are. I'm looking forward to throwing down with you tonight. Let's have it, man.
Beautiful uppercut followed by a flurry of shots.
Once again throwing those kicks all off the front leg as well. It's very rare you see those.
Well, I think the more that Lewis leaves it on the outside like this, the more comfortable Bufando's going to get. And it's going to be harder to close the distance in the second and third round if it goes that far. Lewis needs to initiate the clinch or the takedown, and that will put Bufando off his game plan.
Bufando switch. Oh, wow. Wow, you could hear that across the cage. Throughout the Troxy, in fact.
And Lewis going straight in for the takedown. A huge,
10 seconds left.
Huge thudding body kick, and that hurt. There's no disguising that. Bufando just firing that leg out there.
Oh, beautiful!
Big shot, he's got him! He's got him!
Unbelievable! Is a sling! Unbelievable here at the Troxy!
We talked about this man's explosive athleticism.
Wow! And that's what happens when you stall. Wendell Lewis is asleep.
He's still asleep. He's still asleep.
The Team Titan fighter on his way up has been brought back down with a huge kick.
Here we go with the replay.
Oh, beautiful!
And that didn't even shake him.
Survived that one.
That didn't even shake him, that one. That was the body kick. His arms dropped. That hurt him.
And it's here.
He just came flicking those punches and kicks out. And
there we go. That was right. Oh,
and it was the right hand behind it.
Then the hammer fist come down.
And so often we see it, fighters use those kicks to disguise punches.
There you go, people. If you thought that certain martial arts moves only worked in films, you're wrong.
Do you know what? I wish we had time to show that whole fight, because he done stuff in that fight where you think he'd have to be on strings.
Well, there's, you know, across the world now, mixed martial arts is still evolving. People may think it's got to a level where it's just fighter against fighter, but there's people coming up through the ranks who have got stuff up their sleeves that people have never seen before.
I thought he was Bruce Lee. I thought he inherited a bit of Bruce Lee somewhere along the line there.
Well, Dave, Bruce Lee used stuff in the movies that
years and years
ago,
time, yeah.
and he was cross-training. He did, but little do people know that he was grappling. Yeah. He was training mixed martial arts back then. But Galore Bufando and the likes of Galore are putting that stuff into practice and making it work effectively.
Well, you know, that was number 2, and you're now going to see number 1. And this again is a triple world champion of semi-contact, which is very unheard of.
Flick boxing.
Flick boxing.
Yeah.
But when this guy made the transition at the cage, all I can say is, hold on to someone, get some seatbelts, wrap yourself around in cotton wool, because this guy is going to blow you away. This is number 1 knockout. Ben Dishman versus Michael Venom Page.
I'm Michael Venom Page. I'm 24 years old, fighting out of London Street Fighters.
I'm Ben Dishman. I'm 22, fighting out of Bournemouth, fighting out of Team Jedi.
I've been in sports karate for years, since I was 3 years old. I've now crossed over, jumping in the big boys now.
I've had 1 week to prepare for this fight. I've been training hard. I'm ready for it. I'm always ready for it.
Like I said, thanks for coming down, guys. I'm going to do my best in there. You know I will.
Michael Page, I've only got one thing to say, and that's not to underestimate me. Okay, I've only had a week to prepare, but I'm ready for you. And you better be prepared for tonight, because I'm bringing it.
Ben Dishman, tonight, my fist is going to make love to your face.
Oh, and rushing in is Dishman. Look at the cool, calm, collected pace of Page.
That's exactly what he needs to do to close the range against somebody with a kickboxing pedigree like Page. Dishman doing exactly the right thing. And Page straight back up to his feet.
Look at the hands down
by the sides.
Showboat. Very confident man.
Winding that hand up. Shades of Apollo Creed in that one for me, gentlemen.
Nice,
and that was a big leg kick.
The tongue is out, the arms are down. The stage is yours.
Michael Page having a lot of fun in here. Oh, and there's a nice uppercut. This guy is dynamic. I can almost see Dishman thinking to himself, what have I got to do here? He knows what he's got to do. He's got to get the takedown.
Well spoiled there by Michael Page. But Dishman not one to give in.
In Michael Page's corner, the London shoot fighter screaming at him, telling him to take it seriously. And there's a spinning kick. That is unbelievable.
Wow. He turns, he kicks, he stands.
One of the most unbelievable things I've seen in a very long time.
We said about this guy's kickboxing pedigree. I told you, gentlemen, that this guy was an explosive athlete. Straight in for the takedown is Dishman. Exactly what he needed to do. And there's the punches that came in bunches from Michael Page. A big leg kick caught his opponent hard. And let's be honest, gentlemen, I've not seen anybody with this kind of confidence for a very long time.
He left me almost speechless.
This is resembling a UK Anderson Silva. Wow.
There it is.
He kicks, he stands, he looks. I mean, that is Michael Venom Page.
Boom.
And that wasn't even a 360. He said it was only a 180. I did a 360. He does in training. He's done 360 kicks and knocked people out. I mean,
what in training?
In training, mate. He's
Get him in the cage.
He's already said, "I want to do it in the cage." That's his dream at the moment.
I'll tell you what, Dave. We've just seen the best two knockouts of 2012, and you know what everyone must be thinking.
They've already said it. Yeah, Michael Page versus Galore Bafando. That will be absolutely amazing. On the moon fight, I don't know, Wembley Arena, Wembley Stadium.
And you know what? What's fantastic? Two guys from London fighting, and they're absolutely world class without a shadow of a doubt.
No, 100%.
Homegrown talent. I love it.
Do you know what? I love it. Do you know what, Grant? I love you. I love MMA. I love this show. And I love the people in TV land. You know, you tune in. This is what it's all about. It's the sport of the future. It's in a cage near you. And from Grant Waltman, from Dave O'Donnell. That was the top 6 knockouts of 2012. We'll see you next time, fight fans.
Wow, just way too much. Comes in.
Left
hook. Right hand over the top. Doesn't quite catch.
There it is. The left hook wobbles.
There, and it's the right on the way down.
On the way down. Wow. Unreal. There's the uppercut. Left hook, right hand. And then bang on the way down.
Beautiful, clinical striking. A man not getting paid by the hour.
It'd be interesting to see what the time was on that.
The man with the submission on every fight cleans out Corey Tate with a beautiful right hand.
Textbook, straight down the middle. Very crisp, and from here the punches came down the hammer fists.
And you can see Scott's out. Beautiful win.
Really, there it is, that crisp left hand. As they're both backing up. There it is.
Beautiful.
Right on the chin. Picture perfect. Grayson goes for the jumping knee.
It's Grayson that lands the shot.
Yeah, backs Allen up. He's just waiting for the count.
Beautiful. Left, beautiful. He was out before he hit the floor.
And it's here.
He just came flicking those punches and kicks out. And
there we go. That was right.
Oh, and it was the right hand behind it.
Then the hammer fists come down.
And so often we see it, fighters use those kicks to disguise punches. Straight in for the takedown is Dishman. Exactly what he needed to do. And there's the punches that came in bunches from Michael Page. A big leg kick caught his opponent hard. And let's be honest, gentlemen, I've not seen anybody with this kind of confidence for a very long time.
He left me almost speechless.
This is resembling a UK Anderson Silva. Wow.
There it is.
Cage fight time, the warrior, you know you're unbelievable. Cage fight time, the warrior, you're unbelievable. Cage fight time, the warrior, you know you're unbelievable.
Officialwatches.co.uk. Proud sponsors of Cage Fighter.